So I've been sitting here for the last 5 to 10 minutes trying to figure out what I'm gonna say to you all today to make you all feel better about the moves that was made today. And I couldn't come up with nothing. The Washington Commanders made a lot of moves today, but they ain't make no noise. They re-signed several players from the last year roster. And I know a lot of y'all unhappy about that. Okay? I'm not unhappy because I know the purpose behind it. Do you understand the purpose behind it? Also, they freed up some cap space today, restructuring a contract on one of our players. Do you know what player that is? Well, let's have a conversation and talk about what was done today.
Welcome to Everything Commanders with your host, Dream Team Buddha. Hail to the Commanders.
What's good, Commanders family? Welcome to another episode of Everything Commanders. Now, I know the past few days been somewhat hard on some people, pause. And, you know, some of you all been frustrated with the lack of moves that the Commanders been making, and the ones they have been making haven't been big splash moves. So, you know, a lot of y'all been disgruntled over the past few days, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. And I've been asking you all just to hang in there. Stick with me. I got you. I'm going to explain the moves that's being made so that way you can have some type of understanding and to see the purpose behind what Adam Peters and the Washington Commanders are doing. So today, the Washington Commanders made a whole lot of moves. So before I get into this video, if you will, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, turn the bell notifications on so that way you can be in the know when I drop a new video concerning to the Washington Commanders. I have set aside a small goal that we can hit 1,000 subscribers before the NFL draft. That's a little over a month and a half from today. Come on and join the family. We welcome you. We appreciate each and every last one of our subscribers, and we're honored to be your guy to get you the news on the Commanders. Now, let's get into this video. All right, so the Washington Commanders made several moves today. And like I said before, yeah, we didn't make any splash moves today. We didn't make any monumental moves that may break the news, you know, and put us on ESPN or anything like that. What we did today was made a whole lot of depth signings. Remember, I told you all, come training camp, we have to have at least 90 people on the roster. We have to fill a roster. So what you're going to see, like you saw today, and over the next few days of this first wave of free agency, was more so like the second wave, you're going to see a whole bunch of one-year deals. People getting signed for 1 year, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million. Something small like that. I want you to keep in mind, just because somebody gets signed for a 1 year deal, I can't stress this enough. Just because you get signed for a 1 year deal does not mean you're going to make the team. So when you see someone when you see the Commanders sign someone to this team, and you may not even like them, just keep in mind, they might not even make the team. But you got to understand, Adam Peters and the Washington Commanders are doing what they're doing now to make sure that they can fill the roster so that way when we do hit free agents, so that way when we do hit the draft, we can hit the draft off and running with our little 5 picks. Yeah, I know it's just 5 picks, but I'm sure they're going to make some type of moves so that way we can at least come out of the draft with 7 picks. That's what I'm hoping. That's my prayer, and that's what I know AP is going to try and do, unless they feel like this draft ain't worthy of anything. So we shall see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, but I'm not going to beat up AP, and we haven't even got to that point yet. Let him live. Let him cook. Okay? You got to keep the crowd noise down while he's trying to cook. You can't be all upset. You got to trust and believe in AP. I don't know how much I can stress this to you all, and I'm not trying to. I'm not a spokesperson for AP, Adam Peters. If you know who I'm talking about, I'm not a spokesperson for him, but I'm just telling you, I believe in him. I believe the moves that he's making. Excuse me. Even the moves that don't even make sense. I take the time to go look into them, and then I later see that, oh, I see why they made that move. And it makes all the perfect sense. So let's take the time and go over some of the moves that were made today. We're going to kick this thing right off with the first move that they made, and it was one of the more important moves. They restructured the contract for right tackle Andrew Wylie. Now, I know some of you are like, okay, they restructured the contract. Well, what does that mean? What that means is they freed up some cap space, right? Now, that's not all that it means. Let's break that down. You know what I'm saying? So they freed up some cap space, but the reason why they made the restructure for Andrew Wylie was he had no guaranteed money on his contract. He was in the last year of his deal. He signed a 3-year deal when he came to the Commanders, and he was in his last year of his contract. He had no guaranteed money. So the way they saw it, we all can win at this. So you restructure his deal, give him some bonus money or some money up front that won't cost us towards our cap, and also he can get some guaranteed money plus some incentives, because that's what his contract was. He got a restructured contract with incentives. So he has to work. He has to be in the game a certain amount of times for him to, he has to play a certain amount of snaps for him to receive those incentives and reach a certain amount of accolades. I don't know what it is. We haven't seen the details of the incentives or his contract. So that's a good thing, Commanders family. I know it's not what you've been looking for, but it's a good thing. Who's to say they made that move to free up some money to make another move that we ain't seen yet? Nobody even knew that we was going to trade for Laramie Tunsil. And now we got our left tackle for at least the next 2 to 3 years before we got to pay Jaden Daniels $80 million. So let's just be optimistic. Let's be optimistic. Let's not be Debbie Downers. All right? We're going to be fine. All right? Moving right along. The Washington Commanders also re-signed a lot of players who were on the roster last season. And I told you all that we had to fill the depth because we got to have a certain amount of players on this roster to enter the offseason, because it's going to be a whole lot of camp battles and so forth and stuff like that. So just expect a whole lot of 1-year deals. And also, let's just go down the list of people that was brought back. They brought back Noah Brown. They brought back KJ Osborne. They brought back Sheldon Day. They brought back Noah Iganagami. That was a surprising one to me. They brought back Michael Dieter. And they also brought back Trenton Scott. So I'm happy they brought Noah Brown back. Because you know what that means? Noah Brown automatically is wide receiver 3 right now. Or he may be, he's a big body. He's the only big body receiver we have. So, of course, he would be on the outside, and Debo will be in the slot for the most part, or he'd be the weapon. Right now, going into camp, before the draft, this is post-draft. Pre-draft. So, Noah Brown would be that star receiver opposite of Terry McLaurin. Now, I know it's the same thing from last year, but just relax. You got to have the depth. We need size at the position. And I know some of y'all are like, well, why we ain't sign Stephon Diggs or one of the other veterans that's out there? You go get Noah Brown. Well, Stephon Diggs coming off a major injury. Stephon Diggs only 6 feet. Stephon Diggs don't play with the same aggression. You have to know how this coaching staff wants to assemble this team. Have you been paying attention all last season? They want physicality. This ain't Ron Rivera and them who looking for versatility. They want dogs. They want people that can bully people, who can make catches even when they're covered. And you got Noah Brown for way cheap than you would have spent as far as Stephon Diggs. You got to think. Use your brain. Use your brain. You want Stephon Diggs, Debo Samuel, and Terry McLaurin. Yeah, it sound good. But you're talking about all old receivers. You want to bring Debo? I mean, you want to bring Stephon in here after he coming off that injury he had? He probably won't even play the first 6 games of the season. Think about this. So we brought Noah back, and that's a good thing. He had over 450 yards before he lacerated his kidney. We don't need him to be number 2 now. We got Debo. His job going to be even better. He'll be able to get more production. Just sit back and watch them work. Believe in the process. Trust in the process. Moving right along. They brought back KJ Osborne. And I know some of y'all like, that Bama ain't touch a down. He ain't even run a snap for the Commanders. He played special teams when he came. You know why they brought him back? Because they saw something in him. What they saw in him, I have the slightest idea. When he played for the Minnesota Vikings, before he left and went to New England Patriots, when Kirk Cousins was his quarterback, that one season, well, his last season, Osborne was looking good. Go look at those stats. Kirk Cousins' last season. Go check it out. Osborne did his thing. Okay, so he may not have done anything for us because he came in at the last minute. And it was no point of implementing him in the game for real if we already had our receivers healthy and ready to go. So let's give him an offseason to fight for a roster spot. Do all your judging and all that, the bickering and the hooting and hollering. Do that when we get our final 53-man roster. But right now, the people that you see them signing right now, all of them won't even be on the team next year. Trust the process. Also, we brought back Sheldon Day, signed him to a 1-year deal. He was monumental when it came to stopping the run last year. Now, I know Saquon Barkley was gashing us here and there, but it wasn't all on Sheldon Day. You have to have the big guys up front for rotational purposes. These are not robots, you guys. These are humans. So we need to have the rotation going so that way these guys can stay fresh. So that was a good re-sign. You got Eddie Goldman. You got Sheldon Day now. You got Devon Payne. You got Dezon Newton. You got Javon Kinlaw. We doing it, man. This relax, man. They brought back my man Iggy. They brought back Noah Iganogamy. And I ain't think they was gonna bring him back. Excuse me if I butchered his last name, but I call him Iggy. And they brought him back. And I ain't think they was gonna bring him back because they brought Jonathan Jones in here. But like I told you, just because they signed somebody to a 1-year deal don't mean they're gonna make the team. Now they've created a camp battle involving those two cornerbacks because they pretty much do the same thing. The best man will win. That's what you want. You want the best man to win. We want competitions around here at every position. Jaden Daniels the only one that pretty much got his position, but he had the battle to get that, and he earned it. So, yeah, we want competition, y'all. Relax. Now, this one is questionable to me. Michael Dieter. They brought him back, and he was the backup to Tyler Biadasz last year. It questioned me at first because it concerned me at first, should I say, because I'm like, I don't think the guy's any good. But obviously they see something in him that I don't see. So I'm kind of scratching my head with that one. And I'll have to wait and see. I'll have to practice what I preach. And be patient and see. Because he did not do good against none of them, that defensive line with the Saints. When we played against the Saints. He struggled mightily. But, that's old news. And, these players do get better, These players aren't the same from year to year. So, talking to myself, Michael Dieter was re-signed. He was the backup center. We needed more depth. They brought my man back, Trenton Scott, the lineman who caught Jaden Daniels' first TD pass. They brought him back. He's a good versatile lineman that could play both positions, whether it's tackle, all four, we'll say four positions, because he could play left tackle, left guard, right guard. We lost Cornelius Lucas, so we had to have a swing tackle that can do it all. Hell, he might could play some center if we need him to, or catch a touchdown like he did against the Bengals. But look, we brought him back. I'm excited about that. Quick update. The Washington Commanders has just signed defensive end Jacob Martin from the Bears to a 1-year deal, $3 million. Let's get back to the video. So those were the moves that were made today. And I know it's not no big-time moves, like I told y'all, but y'all got to be patient, y'all. I'm tired of preaching the same thing. But if y'all need me to do that, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to be fine, y'all. 1-year deals for all these players. Who's to say none of them players make the team? We don't know how the draft going to turn out, but you can't sit back and do nothing and just try to bank on the draft. You have to make your moves and start the process of elimination versus banking on the draft, and then you don't get what you need, then you chase it behind the 8 ball trying to catch up and fill your roster. You have to fill your roster and then let them battle it out you can narrow it down to the best 53 players. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Now, we heard from Will Harris today. He spoke to the media, him and Marcus Mariota. We ain't really got to go into Marcus Mariota and what he said, but I want to talk about Will Harris. He's grown on me already. Now, I know I'm a Commanders fanboy, but it's just something about him that gives me the feeling of this guy might be actually good. Now, granted, honest to God, true, I only seen a little bit of tape on him. I'm just saying what I'm feeling. My gut feeling, I'm thinking that he's going to be good for us. They really believe he's Jeremy Chin's replacement. That don't mean we won't draft for safety, y'all. That's not what that means. But he's a hard-hitting safety, and he has great instincts, and he's fast. He's fast. You want you a savvy vet at safety. Now, I don't know why I'm so optimistic about what he's going to do. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it turns out. So I'm not, putting a green check by his name. We're going to pencil it in. We're going to see how it turns out. Because I'm sure a lot of y'all don't even know who he is. So, yeah, y'all, like, we heard from Will Harris today, and he just kept saying, he ready. He looking forward to connecting with the team. He ready to build that bond. He ready to get out, build that bond. He's ready to get out there and start hitting shit. He ready to get out there and start hitting people. And you want that. That means he sound like he's a dog. You see that hit he put on CD? You see that hit he put on Algier? If you ain't seen it, go look on YouTube. He nice, y'all. Relax. Also, before I get out of here, Olamide Zaccheaus won't be coming back. OZ is gone, y'all. He is headed to the Bears. Okay, sources say he's signing a deal with the Bears. I'm not too sure the details and the length of his contract or none of the deets. I don't know the details. Also, guess who got a job, y'all? Benjamin St. Bumjuice got a job with the Chargers. And I know I'm saying Benjamin St. Bumjuice, but at the end of the day, I'm happy for him. Hopefully, this is what he needs to re-spark his career, or at least spark his career. Hopefully, this is what he needs. New location, new beginning, new Benjamin St. Juice. He's no longer our concern. We ain't got to worry about him being right there, strapping the man up, and still not making a play on the ball. Pause. He gone. So, we brought back some players today. We restructured Andrew Wylie. Will Hurd spoke to the media. That's pretty much it. So, if you enjoyed this video and you've been, kicking it with me for the past couple months that we've been, we started the channel and we've been rocking out, if you haven't already, or if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated. Let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. We right around the corner, y'all. Only a few hundred away from getting to 1,000 subscribers. But you got to turn the bell notifications on so that way you can get alerts and for all the news that comes out. I'll be honored to be your guy. I appreciate y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all for too much longer. I've been talking and rambling. But I just want y'all to understand everything is going to be okay. Left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.